one of his most famous quotes, is very important quote. Many a small action is made big by the intention behind it. So sometimes you could do something very small. It could be, for example, you help your mother, okay, clean the dishes. It could be, for example, you pick up the litter. But because your intention was very big, you wanted to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that moment, and you wanted to get the rewards for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that small action in the sight of Allah can be very, very large.
What if you had no intention?
Right? Every action is by intention.
So just help your mom.
We'll speak inshallah, okay? We'll talk about it later. And he said, and many a big action is made small by the intention behind it. So you could be doing a very big action. You could be, for example, going to Hajj. You could be fasting in Ramadan. You could be doing jihad. But you're doing this to show off to people, to boast to people. You're not doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're not doing this for the reward. And so this action becomes very, very small in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, of course, he died like the way he lived his life. He died at the age of 63 in the year 181 years after the Hijrah, which corresponds to 803 Christian era. But he died on the way back from battle. He died on the way back from battle. So at the age of 63, okay, he was participating and fighting in jihad fi sabilillah. And because he was coming back from battle and he lived his life in battle, he died the death of a shaheed, because actions are by intentions. Actions are by intentions. He was buried in Hayt in Iraq, and his grave is well known and it is still visited today. Ibn al-Jazari, he said about him, I visited it and benefited much from the visit of his grave. Now, Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak, something very special about him, he was not just a scholar. He was not just an ordinary person who had memorized lots of fiqh and hadith. He was a scholar who acted on his knowledge. Yes, the Quran, yes, the hadith, yes, fiqh, but he also participated in da'wah and doing jihad fi sabilillah. And therefore, when Abdullah ibn Mubarak, he would call people to jihad, they would respond to his call. They would answer his call. Because a word, when it leaves from the heart, it enters into the heart. But if a word, it just leaves from the mouth, it just goes between the ears and it doesn't reach the hearts of the people. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم جزاكم